So when people are financing their Baconator, how many people are actually able to pay it off in the interest-free payment window?
Part of the reason that the 1920s were considered roaring 20s, even though most people were in dire economic straits, was the fact that lines of credit at a store, the predecessor to credit cards, had just opened up to a whole new class of citizens. It had previously been only available to the upper class, but now just about anyone could go into a store and walk away with an item on a purchase plan. But there was no consumer literacy. People didn't understand that they were in fact going to have to eventually pay for those items, with high interest tacked on. So because everyone had a lot of goods, there was the appearance of prosperity, even though the economy wasn't really doing that great because it was being traded on debt. Since they didn't have to use cash for living expenses, a lot of people turned around and invested their cash in the stock market. They heard that that was the thing to do if you wanted to get rich, and they didn't really understand it, but they were really happy when all the numbers went up because everyone was putting their money in there. But if the stock market tanks, you no longer have those assets. And if your debt is recalled, you don't have the money to pay it back because it was whisked away from you and tanked in the stock market. That's the bubble that burst in 1929 when the stock market crashed that eventually led to the Great Depression. Anyway, that just sounded familiar.